Welcome to another edition of English Ed Reviews Everything. I'm your host and everyone's favorite flatmate, Lucky English Ed. And you're going to be hearing this a lot throughout the video. But today was a Marvel Legends fan stream. So we're going to just take a look at that and we're going to talk about it for a little bit. So let's just get right into it, eh?
E-E-R-E. It's about the toys. If you are a new subscriber, text new subscriber in the comment section below and I will give you a shout out during the next main episode. Thank you. Now on to the show.
Okay, so the first images of the Spirit Spider. Now, I didn't play the Spider-Man games for the PlayStation because at the time I didn't own a PlayStation, so these games were out of reach. But I have to say, this is a pretty cool looking figure. I mean, if for anything else, the buck itself is pretty cool. I like the fact that it's a white buck and this blue flaming, this white skull head with a blue flame. Apparently it was just a skin in the game, and I don't know if this is an actual spider character, but I do admit it is a pretty cool character for no other reason other than it just looks very zombie-esque, very Romero zombie. It looks cool. I do say that. It has a lot of the articulation that I do like. As you can clearly see right here. Well, if you can see, it has the shin cut or shin swivel, boot cut as it were. I'm getting tired of that waist swivel. At this point, I just think they should just add all three of those points of articulation: the waist swivel, the ab crunch, and try to somehow fit in the sternum, the sternum cut up top. You know what I'm trying to say. At that point, it should come with that. It comes with a decent amount of accessories for $25, I guess. I mean, at this point, I think we deserve more than just freaking hands. I mean, if we're being serious, what does it come with exactly? It comes with, what? A pair of fists? Oh, let's have a round of fisticuffs, yeah? These type of hands for wall crawling and the thwips, as they call it. I just call it the web shooter hand. I like this Kingpin. I absolutely like this Kingpin. This Kingpin is dope as fuck. Now, as soon as I saw the Kingpin, they're showing off a size comparison. Size comparison. He towers over the regular 6.5 inch figure. Excuse me. As soon as I saw this Kingpin, though, I looked at it and I said to myself, "Isn't that Joe Fixit's body? That's Joe Fixit." All they did was just take the Joe Fixit body, molded it in a different color plastic, and then they give us three different items. Wow. Because we've seen the walking stick before. Whoop-de-doo. So they changed it from a blue diamond or a white diamond or a blue sapphire, and they changed it to a ruby. And then they gave us a fist hand that has a pinky ring. Ooh, a pinky ring! You gotta like that. And 2 different heads. That's all they really give us, is 2 different heads and a fist with a pinky ring. Because everything else, I'm pretty sure, came off of another figure. I'm certain everything else came off another figure except for the pinky ring hand, which probably came off of an old Kingpin body. I mean, we know Bobby Valor did that first Kingpin. I never got my hands on that original Kingpin. They re-released it, and I missed out on that as well. I don't plan on missing out on this simply because I'm loving that black suit, even though it's just the Joe Fixit body. The packaging is nice, I guess. I mean, it's a box with a window. A box with a window, and they're really making a big deal about this. Like, really, people, a box with a window, you're making such a big deal out of it. But yeah, I don't think they're offering enough accessories these days for the prices that we're paying. $25 is a lot of money. You know, that's a quarter of $100 right there. $25, that's, if we're being honest, isn't that what we spend during our lunchtime break at work? I mean, we go to work, like, I don't know anyone who spends less than $25 on lunch, on their lunch hour, when they're getting off from work. That's just me. Now, here they're taking a look at this Miles Morales. Now, I'm looking at this Miles Morales and I'm just saying to myself, nah, man. Nah. And it's not even the color scheme. The color scheme looks nice. It's the lack of articulation. Where is the shin cut? At this point, every figure should be standard shin cuts, man. Every figure, standard shin cut. They got the waist swivel and the ab crunch. And come on, man. Come on. Someone, I was in a Discord earlier talking about this live stream, and someone was saying, is this what we're paying for these days? Is this? And I don't even think this is going to be $25 because they had to license these, didn't they? If I'm not mistaken, because these are the video. This is how they appear in the video game, not in the comics. So, are these $25 a piece? I know the Kingpin isn't going to be $25, but what about the Miles Morales, that the Spirit Spider or Spider Spirit? I don't think we're getting enough. I do not think we're getting that stand. The stand that the Spider-Man is on right here should come in that box. Yes, it should come in that box, and then I'd say, well, that's a little bit more bang for my dollar. Still not enough, but a little bit more, because everybody don't have it. This, I have to admit, I do have to admit, this Venom symbiote Spider-Man looks incredible. I will say that. It looks incredible. I like how it has the texturing of the gurgling and whatnot on his body, and I do like it. It has the shin cut, the boot cut, whatever. I do like it. Do we have butterflies? Wait a second. There's no butterfly here. Time out. Pause. When I was watching this earlier, I don't think there's any butterfly. Why? I don't think there's any butterfly on this figure. I didn't notice that before. I'll have to go back and rewatch the entire thing, because if there's no butterfly on this figure, that, for me, that decreases the value. Absolutely. It looks so good, though. It absolutely does. You're looking at the same thing I'm looking at, and it just looks beautiful. But if there's no butterflies, I'm starting to think the Marvel Legends Hasbro team is doing that deliberately. withholding articulation. Is it? I'm not sure, but I think there's no butterflies in this because you can't see up top, but I have the Dark Phoenix with the Phoenix bird figure sitting up top, and she has butterflies with the sternum crunch and the ab crunch. No waist swivel, but that's okay for now. Now this, I will say, does look dope. I will say this does look dope. This is the Miles Morales. All I can really say about this figure is it does look good. I like the way it looks. It is phenomenal. You got the Puerto Rican flag, the Boricua flag. It looks awesome. You got to remember, Miles is half black, half Puerto Rican. His mom's is Puerto Rican, and his pops is a black cop. Excuse me. his pops is a black cop, and I do like this. The color scheme looks good, and okay, maybe let me backtrack a little bit. Maybe that Venom suit Spider-Man does have butterflies. Maybe I just couldn't see it because this has the butterflies, and there wouldn't make any reason for that guy in the corner. Let's just give a little. It would make no sense for that guy in the corner to not have butterflies. I think he has butterflies. I just couldn't see it. That's all. Now, this looks incredible. This Spider-Man looks incredible. Yeah. They all look really good, but the reality of it is, they're just really just different paint decos. When it comes right down to it, we've seen this buck before. We've seen these. We've probably seen that spot. I know we've seen this Spider-Man head. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the same head they use for the Agent Venom? Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but that looks like the Agent Venom head. I could be wrong, but they're all just massive reuse. And I'm worried, like, is this the future of Marvel Legend collecting? Now, you're probably saying, but English Ed, you don't collect Marvel Legends like that. You have a few. You're right, I have a few. I don't have a whole ton of Marvel Legend figures, but I do want more. I've made up my mind about this figure. This is a Miles Morales figure from the game, and if you're saying he's giving Arkham Knight vibes, that's exactly what I was thinking. When it first popped up on screen, I said, "Whoa, what the fuck is the Arkham Knight doing? Oh, that's a Spider-Man. Oh, that's Miles Morales. I believe they call it the Brooklyn Miles Morales. It does look dope. It has all the articulation I like. He doesn't have shin swivel, but the articulation for the shin swivel is lower down, kind of like on the G.I. Joe Classified Torpedo or the retro card Cobra Commander. How they took the articulation and they moved it way down here. This figure doesn't have it, but they moved it all the way down by the ankle. I want that. I'm definitely gonna get this interpretation of Miles Morales. It just looks dope. In my opinion, it can fit in any display. Whether you got him displayed in a Spider-Man display shelf or Marvel Legends, hell, he could fit into my G.I. Joe display because he just looks very militant. And as I stated, he kind of looks like the Arkham Knight from the Batman Arkham Knight game. It's giving off strong Arkham Knight vibes. If you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you, because I absolutely do see it. So what was the next figure in the Gamiverse? I don't remember. I only watched it once. This is my second viewing. I'm viewing it with you folks. So I'm like, let me just readjust the camera. Oh yeah, and that was the Black Cat. Excuse me again. I have to say, this Black Cat looks really, really good. If you can see how her waist and hips are done, let me grab. Where's this figure at? Where is she? Doesn't it look like they use Monica Rambeau's buck? I think they did. No, they didn't, because Monica Rambeau doesn't have ab crunch. And they did say they use an all new mold for this, but it looks very similar to the Monica Rambeau, as y'all can see. This figure does look great. I like the fact that they've added in the sternum ball joint as well as the ab crunch. My thing is, I'm looking very hard at this figure, and I'm trying to figure out, is there a boot cut, a shin swivel? It doesn't look like there is. And that's another downside for me. That's another thumbs down for me, man. Seriously. Simply because, at this point, I don't want to hear super articulated. I want to hear, when they say super articulated, that it has a minimum amount of articulation, a boot cut, a thigh cut, an ab crunch, a sternum ball joint, double knees, double elbows, bicep swivel. You seem like I'm asking a lot there, English head. No, I'm not asking a lot. I'm asking for my money's worth. That's what I'm asking for. Butterflies, and I'm getting tired of these ball joints on the heads on dumbbell joints. Okay? I want the old school Wave 1 G.I. Joe classified ball and hinge for the upper neck, and then a ball dumbbell joint at the lower neck. That should be standard at this point. Duke, Wave 1 G.I. Joe classified. That should be the standard across all G.I. Joe figures. I don't know why G.I. Joe Classified backtracked on that. I don't even know where my Duke is. I would show it to you. Hold on. Do I have one here? Right here. This isn't a Duke, but let's just pop this head off real quick. Okay, for some reason I can't pop the head off, but let's grab another figure because I don't want to break it. I paid a lot of money for this. Okay, I can't find any of those figures right now. What about you? What about you? No, I can't find that figure. The point I'm trying to make, though, is if you've seen any video featuring Duke from the Classified series many years ago, that should be standard, as far as I'm concerned, across all Classified males, and it should be standard across all Marvel Legend males. This shit is insane. This shit is insane. This Venom, I don't know how much this Venom is going to be, but this Venom, if they threw a $50 price tag at this Venom, you are not going to hear me complain. You're getting a hefty chunk of plastic with all the articulation that I like, and you're getting the whole damn figure is a brand new sculpt, and you're getting brand new everything else. Come on now. I think this figure is worth $50, while that Maximum Spider-Man, no, that Maximum Spider-Man should have been 45 tops. I would have liked it at 40, $40 would have been my, here, take my money. 45, I would have been, here, take my money. $50, I'm like, no, I think I'll hold on to it for a little while. Like, there's something else out there that I think is worth my $50. This Venom, though, is just crazy. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Very rarely do I say, go out and buy this figure. Very rarely do I say, no, it's trash, don't spend your money on it. I have been known to do that, but very rarely. This Venom, I think, would easily be worth a $50 price tag. That's just my opinion. If it's more than $50, I don't know what I'm going to do. But if you throw a $50 price tag at this, I'll say, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Because looking at this guy, I put him in the same category as this guy. Y'all know how much this costs. And yeah, I paid normal retail for it. So, I view this Venom in the same category as I view All-Father Odin. The amount of articulation, though. He has toe hinge, ankle rocker, shin swivel, double pinless knees, double pinless up. He just got all the... Oh, I want that. I want this Venom above anything else that was shown here today. This Venom, you get two different head sculpts. That head right there is just crazy sinister. You got the drool that you can add to the tongue. Two different. I think they should have gave us some Venom thwip stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, they gave us that piece right here. But I think they should have gave us at least two more. One more minimum, two more, and I would have been like, here's my money. Here. This Venom is the highlight. And it makes me think, with this wave of Gamerverse Spider-Man 2 figures, with this wave, why isn't he a Build-A-Figure? Now, I'm not saying he should be. I'm happy you can just outright purchase him without purchasing the entire wave, because in all honesty, I've seen only 2 figures I want from this wave. Only 2. I mean, for crying out loud. Y'all remember way back when with the Sugar Man? My Sugar Man doesn't have arms or legs because I only wanted a couple of the figures from that wave. My Darkseid? Nightmare? I don't remember what the hell his name is. This guy. I only have this much of him built simply because these were the only figures I wanted from the wave. So, pretty much, unless I can find his arms and legs for super cheap, he's just going to be going around the world like this. He is a nice figure too. This Venom, absolutely beautiful. All the figures are beautiful, but I only really want 2 figures out of the whole wave. But then again, this brings up what is going on with the state of Marvel Legends. We all know the Hasbro conglomerate wants to move away from toy making and move into the video game realm. I don't know why. I guess the profits on the few video games that they made exceeded their toy manufacturing. I guess. I don't know. Now, they're showing off a few X-Force figures. Now, I would have bought this Warpath by itself just because it looks really good. They stated that this is on the Omega Red Body, which I can definitely see it's an old buck because it has pinned knees and elbows, but it looks nice. It looks beautiful. It's an absolute beautiful work of art. And I would have gotten this by itself. I would have just said, yeah, why not? I'll throw out the $30, $35 for this one figure. But then they decide, no, we're gonna make this a 2-pack, and we're gonna add a second figure to it. So I'm like, all right. So who's the second figure? And as you can see, they are just taking forever to show off the second figure. But I'm like, all right, sure, why not? And then they bring out X-23. I don't have an X-23 in my collection at all. To me, this is an all-new sculpt. To me, it's an all-new sculpt because I don't, as y'all know, I don't have many Marvel Legends. And I don't have any Marvel Legend, as far as I can tell, that utilizes any of X-23's parts. So for me, this is a brand new sculpt, even though it utilizes old parts. Simply because X-23 is in it, I want it. I want to add her to my collection. That screaming head is just, voila. I'm loving it. She has this screaming rage X-23 version of Berserker's rage face. And then she has another head, and it just comes off really good. Again though, you're getting 2 figures with extra accessories for her, but I would have liked something for him, maybe a screaming head for him as well. I think that would have been pretty cool, a screaming head for Warpath. But ultimately, my money is going towards the X-23, the pinless double elbows, the pinless double knees, the boot claw that comes out that they already showed. That is that is something I need to add to my collection. Oh man, I have to say I'm disappointed overall with this live stream, but there was enough in it for me to say, yeah, okay, I'll pick this up and I'll pick up those other 2 things. But still, people, I'm getting frustrated with what Hasbro is doing when it comes to selling their toys. Because I love toys. If you're watching me, if you're watching any toy tuber, it's because you love toys. But I honestly no longer believe that these guys right here love toys the way we do. I understand they're a business and they have to turn a profit. But does that profit has to be made the way they're making it? I have no insider information. I don't know the ins and outs and all that of toy manufacturing. For that, you might as well go to Spectre Creates. He worked in the industry for a number of years, like 2 decades, I think, like that. Going over to his channel, you know, I give shout outs to people I don't interact with on a regular, simply because they're good content creators. Now, here, this is the next sneak peek. It looks like a missile. When I'm looking at it, the first thing that popped in my... It's clearly a missile or a satellite. Or they use the word satellite, but to me it looks like a missile. The first thing that popped in my head when they said satellite, Asteroid M. That was the first thing that popped into my head. Asteroid M. What are they going to do with that missile, that satellite? Because the first thing that popped into my head was Asteroid M. What could they possibly do? They've done Cortez already. Maybe they're going to build more on that line. Maybe a playset. I would like to see a playset. Does Marvel Legends have playsets right now? I mean, do they? I don't think they have any playsets. But that's the show, people. I hope y'all was entertained. The show was entertaining, to say that. I hope y'all was entertained. I enjoyed some of it, not all of it. But I want to leave y'all with these last thoughts. I love toys. Y'all know that. A large portion of my income go towards purchasing toys that I play with on a daily, take photography pictures of on a fairly regular consistency. So I just hope that things get better. That's just what I'm hoping for. But in any event, people, remember, toys are art. Thanks for watching. And there's nothing I can do about the steam coming up through that radiator. It annoyed me the entire time I shot this video. There's nothing